Good morning, boys and girls. So today's story is titled The Digestive System. Today you will identify important components of the digestive system and their functions. You will describe the process of nourishing the body from the time food is taken into the mouth until waste is removed from the body. The word absorb, it means to take in or soak up a substance, often gradually. We have learned about that word when we discussed matter. Something that absorbed takes in or soaks it up, like a sponge or a towel or a mop. The ground will absorb most of the water when it rains. You have esophagus. Esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the throat to the stomach. Gordon swallowed a piece of cheese and imagined it passing down his esophagus into his stomach. Filtering. Passing through a device to remove unwanted material. The water plant is filtering or removing unsafe elements from our drinking water all day and all night. Saliva. Saliva is the watery liquid in the mouth that helps soften food, making it easier to swallow. Example, my mouth filled with saliva while the dentist worked on my teeth. Villi. Villi are the small finger-like threads inside the small intestine through which nutrients from food are absorbed into the body. The villi inside the small intestine are essential for absorbing nutrients from food and providing the body with these nutrients. And that is what gives you energy, is when these villi absorb into the body through these villi, the food does, and so that's what gives you energy to be able to move, learn, think. So what do we already know? We know that these are cells, okay? This is a nerve cell, this is a muscle cell. When you have a bunch of cells put together, we get tissues, so this is nervous tissue and muscle tissue. Then we know when you put a lot of tissue together, you get organs. This is the brain, which is a part of the nervous system, and this is the stomach, which is a part of the digestive system. So remember, it goes cells, a lot of cells put together make tissues, a lot of tissues put together make organs, and then organs together make systems. So today you will learn about the organs that play a role in the digestive system. Do you know one of the main organs of the digestive system? Yep, it's the stomach. You're going to learn about several more organs in addition to the stomach. Most of the digestive system's organs are located in the abdomen, which is your stomach, sometimes called the belly. Your abdominal organs, the primary digestive organs, are found in that area. The process of breaking down or digesting food is a slow one. Muscular gates hold food back, as well as open to release digested food along the way. Listen carefully to learn where these gates, called sphincters, are. Here's Nick Nutri. Boys and girls, when I look at you, I can't tell whether you are hungry or whether you have just had a meal. But one thing I do know is that everybody in this room has a digestive system, and that all of your digestive systems are working right now. There is a lot going on inside those bodies of yours. So here's the stomach. This is the esophagus. And then it goes into your stomach. You each eat several hundred pounds of food in 1 year. It takes roughly 20 hours for food to travel through your gut or digestive tract, a long, complicated series of tunnels with openings at both ends. Where does the journey begin? Yes, the process of digestion begins when you put a piece of food in your mouth. There's a baby. When you were born, most of your teeth were hiding under your gums. That's why babies start out with a liquid diet. But once your first set of teeth came in, you were able to eat solid foods. You are at an age right now when you are probably losing some of those teeth and getting a new set. If so, maybe you are finding it hard to chew certain foods. Human teeth come in different shapes and sizes, designed to eat both plants and animals. Let's take a look at the different types of teeth you have in your mouth. The flat, wedge-shaped teeth at the front of your mouth are called incisors. The incisors, both top and bottom, work together like a pair of scissors to bite, slice, and cut up your food. Next to the incisors are the sharp, fang-like teeth called canines. So these are your incisors. These are called your canines. These teeth tear and rip food apart the way that dogs do with a piece of meat. Behind the canines, bicuspids help to crush the food. In the back of the mouth, wide teeth with bumpy tops known as molars help grind the food into mush. Next time you bite into a piece of chicken, sample a piece of cheese or chomp into an apple. See if you can tell which teeth help you the most. Have you ever heard someone call food mouth-watering? What do you think that means? When you smell your favorite food, perhaps spaghetti and meatballs, your mouth probably starts to water as you think about how good it will taste. Yum, that's one of my favorite meals. That watery substance or spit is called saliva. Saliva comes from small salivary glands in your cheeks and under your tongue. It helps keep your mouth damp and soften food as you chew, beginning to break food down for easy digestion. Saliva serves another important job as well, helping to wash away and kill bacteria. Did you know that every day you produce as many as 6 cups of saliva in your mouth? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? So right here is where your saliva comes from. What else do you have in your mouth besides your teeth and saliva? What is it? What's the name of that fleshy muscle in your mouth that is covered in taste buds? Yes, your tongue, of course. Not only does your tongue help you taste your food, it also helps push the food around your mouth, rolling it into a mashed up, wet lump of food. Your tongue pushes the lump of food to the back of your mouth and helps you swallow. Once food is swallowed, it passes into a food canal called the esophagus. This stretchy tube is only about 10 inches long, leading from the back of your throat, through your neck and chest to your stomach. Food passes through the esophagus quickly. Muscles squeeze together and push the food into the stomach in about 10 seconds or less. It's a lot like squeezing toothpaste from its tube. So here's your mouth, here's the tongue, your salivary glands are here and down here. This is your esophagus, and that food travels quickly. Then it goes into your stomach. Put your hand on the left side of your upper abdomen, just below your chest, and above your waist. That's where the stomach lives, behind your lower ribs. This human mixing machine is shaped a bit like the letter J. Your stomach acts like a balloon, expanding to hold the food it receives. The stomach's gastric juices help break down the food into a paste-like substance. These digestive juices also kill any germs that may have been swallowed. Round and round, food churns for 3 to 4 hours as muscles squeeze inside the stomach walls. Once it is the substance of a thick soup, the food continues its journey into the intestines. So remember, starts in your mouth, this is your esophagus, goes into your stomach, and now we're going to talk about the small intestines, which are right here. There are 2 types of intestines, the small intestine and the large intestine. The intestines are tubes located in the lower abdomen through which food and food waste travel. Even though there are 2 different kinds of intestines, the small and the large intestines, they are actually part of the same long single tube. A muscular gate or sphincter at the bottom of the stomach opens to allow food to flow from the stomach into the small intestine. So here's your small intestines. The small intestine is about 21 feet long, or about as long as 5 7-year-olds lying head to toe. Can you believe all of that fits inside your body? Even though it's longer than the larger intestine, it's called the small intestine because it's much thinner than the large intestine. This narrow tube, the small intestine, is coiled up like a snake below your belly button. Muscles squeeze together and push the mashed up soupy liquid along the curly small intestine. The food is mixed once more with digestive juices from the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder, other organs that are a part of your digestive system. The juices, called enzymes, break the food down and make it more and more watery along the way. So here's a cross section, which means this is the inside of a small intestine, and these little things right here, those finger-like things, those are called villi, and that's where the nutrients are absorbed. and pass throughout your body to give you energy. The small intestine, with its millions of villi, or finger-like threads, is where some of the most important work of the digestive system takes place. The villi reach out and absorb or soak up usable nutrients and water, passing them through the bloodstream into all the cells of your body. Did you ever hear rumbling sounds coming from inside you? Chances are they are coming from your small intestine as muscles contract or squeeze together to break down food. They are the sounds of a healthy gut. And then we have our liver. Most of the nutrients that are absorbed by the small intestines, many villi, travel to the reddish-purplish liver, one of your body's important cleansing organs. Your lower ribs on the right side of your body protect your liver. Its function is to clean the blood, filtering or straining out any leftover waste. It turns this waste into bile, one of the juices used by the small intestine to help digest your food. The clean blood with lots of nutrients is carried to muscles to make them stronger, to bones to make them harder, and to every other part of your body to give you energy to help you grow. Since blood goes to every part of your body, the liver performs a very important function of making sure the blood circulating in your body is clean. So this is your large intestine, and at the end of your large intestine, you have your appendix. The finger-shaped organ is called the appendix. As far as anyone knows, it doesn't seem to be useful to the digestive system. From time to time, the appendix can become infected or sick and cause a disease called appendicitis. When people get appendicitis, they get a very sharp pain in their lower abdomen and the area surrounding the intestines. The pain comes from the appendix, located in the lower right side of your abdomen, near your hip bone. When it causes too much pain, doctors remove it. For many years, the appendix was considered a completely useless organ. Only recently have some doctors begun to think that the appendix may serve to fight infections. So now we're going to talk about the large intestine. Here's your appendix here. The appendix is located right where the small intestine widens out into the large intestine. The large intestine is where the solid waste ends up. Even though the large intestine is much, much shorter than the small intestine, it is called the large intestine because it is much wider. Parts of food not digested in the small intestine are squeezed out into the large intestine, where they remain for up to 2 days. Water is absorbed from the waste into the walls of the large intestine and passed into the bloodstream. The waste becomes thicker and thicker, piling up in a solid mass known as feces. Feces are stored in the rectum, the final section of the large intestine, until another muscular gate or sphincter opens and allows the feces to pass through the anus, the body's exit point for solid waste. So it's when you go to the bathroom and you go number 2. So here's your digestive system. That is the end of your food's journey, from mouth to esophagus to stomach to small intestine to large intestine to the anus. The digestive system's organs are working all the time, day and night, to process food into substances that your body can use, providing you with nutrients and energy you need. So the digestive system starts in your mouth, it goes down your esophagus, into your stomach, then it's broken down and brought into your small intestines where it gets absorbed to send energy throughout your body. And then after that, anything that's not absorbed goes into your large intestine, and then that's when we go to the bathroom to get rid of the waste. All right, boys and girls, don't forget to click on the video about the digestive system in Canvas and also complete the assignment and the quiz. Have a good day. Bye.